So this is a more detailed video on the banana bread that I made earlier today. Okay, so 3 bananas mashed in a bowl. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then in another bowl, you add your 2 eggs, room temperature is best. You add your 2 eggs, and then you add your 3/4 cup of sugar. Okay, so here I needed to go wash my hands after cracking the eggs. Okay, so here I'm gonna add my sugar, and that measuring cup is 3/4. So this is 3/4 cup of sugar. Okay, mix that properly. Banana bread is one of those things that I've realized once you have the measurements right, no matter what you start with, it will turn out great. It's difficult to mess it up. So here I'm adding my already mashed banana into my bowl. 3 bananas. After that, I'm pouring in my melted butter. So this is 1/2 cup of melted butter, unsalted. I used unsalted butter. So if you're using salted butter, you might have to skip the extra salt that I added later. Okay, so I'm mixing that now. Okay, so here I brought my 1 teaspoon measurement. So I'm going to use this for baking soda, 1 teaspoon. And then salt, 1 teaspoon. So if you're using salted butter, you should probably skip this. So, but I added salt. And then I added vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon as well. Okay, so now I'm going to mix all of that properly. That is all mixed. So now I'm adding my flour. We need 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm using a 1/2 cup, so that means I need to do that 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. So that's 1.5 cups of flour. Okay, we mix that in. Okay, so it looks like that's all mixed properly now. So next step, I wanted to add my almonds, but my almonds, I have whole almonds, so I needed to quickly crush that in my blender. Okay, so I just grabbed a handful of almonds. I actually didn't measure it, just a handful. Put that in my small blender cup and then crushed it quickly with my blender. So I'll pour that into my mix. And then a generous portion of shredded coconut as well. I didn't measure that. I was really generous with it because I like almonds and I like shredded coconut. So I don't bother to measure. Really generous. So maybe I'll say put to your own taste. These are toppings. So that's when I was adding coconut. Mix well. At this point, I decided I wanted to have two flavors in a way. I didn't want all of them to taste the same. So I started with the dried cranberries. I added cranberries to one side of the bowl. Mixed that in. And then scooped that into the first 6 cupcake molds that I have. So the first 6 have cranberries in them. Okay, so that's the cranberry side of the bowl. When I finished with the cranberries, I switched. I added white chocolate to the bowl. Mix it again, and then use that to complete the remaining 6 cups. So now we have 2 flavors. One side is almonds, coconut, cranberries. The other side is almonds, coconut, and white chocolate. My daughter loved the white chocolate side more as expected, but I prefer the cranberry side. So now I'm filling the remaining 6 cups with the white chocolate banana bread mix. I had to shake it a bit to balance so that after baking it looks the same at the top. Then I added a few extra toppings. So I added cranberries to the cranberry side. That way it's easy for me to know which one I'm grabbing as well. And then I added white chocolate to the white chocolate mix. Okay. Then I finished all of it with shredded coconut. I added extra shredded coconut to everything. Because, if you're allergic, then for sure skip this. But shredded coconut is really good in banana bread. Then after this, we baked it at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. It was about 20 minutes in the oven at 350 degrees. This is just a little extra left in the bowl. So, I needed to make that as well. Then this is what we have after baking. Brought it out super moist and yummy. Yeah, but it was too hot. I should have waited a bit to open it, but yeah, this is what you're gonna get. Okay, so if you do try this, let me know how it goes. Bye.